good time. Delivering the best.
GMGT big, where the culture lives. Big, vibes big, GMGT, oh it is what it is. Smartin.
Good music, good times, with another long stretch of today's hottest hits and your all-time favorites.
Elite Generation Records.
Bigger than life. So you can't make mistake when a typical life. Aye, one game, one dream. Man could a day a scheme with some wiper when a dip on car screen. Showers on my done, me can't breathe. And then I just in a hurricane, my heart's fiend. War pill, me see good driver dead when him a drive slow. Me see skill bike a dead after bike show. Me nobody no perfect. A life though, still I go and learn while I grow. Seeds a people cool just like snow. Run when trouble race like my eyebrow. Me see a pic with my bread up on a slideshow. Say they don't care where your man think, because it's alright. Mistake of what we still a do. Can't escape dog it in a you. If you a look a perfect friend or a perfect girl, you still a wait for them.
Father God, I make them fight me so hard. I lucky things to me no coward. A lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Them want me for dead in the mag like dog. No make the hope you work at them get no reward. No make them get no reward. No make the hope you work at them get no reward. No. You see them sit down and a fight against me thing. Still them can't me laugh. I see him where Judas and him friend them did fight against the king. Read the Psalms and realize I know nobody them. Them a try set me up with this body them. Successful life that a bother them. Power up and kill the snake on the ladder them. Father God, I make them fighting so hard. A lucky thing to me no coward. A lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Them want me for dead in the mag like dog. No make the hope you work at them get no reward. No make them get no reward. No make the hope you work at them get no reward. Yeah. Everybody know I see a gully man from I fi make it out. I saw gully man done. Them a put me in a dark, make me holy lantern. From the gully woodhouse to me holy mansion. Can't take the visa, them can't do no sanction. Now everywhere me go I stand innovation. Judge a pick me never lose in no occasion. Them know me, the new innovation. Hey, Father God, I make them fight me so hard. A lucky thing to me no coward. A lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Father God, no make the hope you work at them get no reward. No. No make the hope you work at them get no reward. No. Father God, no make none of them get no reward.
Me own alien, so no boy can't style me. Now me own alien, yeah. Me no frightened feelings, me a start to me thing. And me not just some boy cause them reprise me drinks. And if me no rate you, me no go run your people. Me no want me no links, cause me know if you will out. If me can't buy a spliff, much less see buy a drinks. Never grew up fi bogot. Come and born as a thugs and me mother never grew a whim. Me no frightened for people, no frightened for people. No it's a people that be frightened for me. Just hide me in the street when me out at night. Mother they read Bible for me. Me no love likes. Them never tell her before say pressure bus pipe. Pick up or you can't manage you enough like. Better you suffer the consequence cause you love hype. I true me staying on me own, alien on me own a game. So no guy can style me. Staying on me own, alien on me own a game. So no guy can style me. Tell them move and grow with them hypocrite tell. And me energy I want drain with the hypocrite. Now want some win, yes, them want some fail. And me know them would love this man God jail. Move and go with the hypocrite. Pussy. Cause it no matter, Give them my last resort. Them sell me out for weed and grabber. Them a backstabber. Fake friend never want see all the good I elevate up the ladder. Everything good until you start win. You start here so you switch when you go foreign. Me a step when you come with the loose talking. Cause them sell out too often. So me say move and go with them hypocrite tale. Move and go with them hypocrite tale. And me energy I want drain with the hypocrite tale. Team only fit. Circle the bends, everybody flatter. It's fully mopper. So I fly like a buckle scupper. And all them attack, it no really matter. Dark rain fall, that a change weather. We no thump in a face, what do me weather? People a fit, feel we feel better. And we no talk if we not do it. And when we go street, 50, they travel with the shark teeth. 1, and them go sleep, 5. Slap them out, be no talk if we not do it. And when we go street, 50, they travel with the shark teeth. 1, and them go sleep, 5. Stop them hard, no fun our game. We approach a lane. Man a jump out, a jump in a brain. Watch them a run and a try disappear. Them couldn't escape. Grains in the ears. Them only love that them have no evil ways. Man we bleach at them yard with it for days. And as them drive up in a face, drag them anywhere. Live up, and we no talk if we not do it. And when we go street, 50, they travel with the shark teeth. 1, and them go sleep, 5. Like them out, be no talk if we not do it. And when we go street, 50, travel with the shark teeth. 1, and them go sleep, 5. Stop them heartbeat. Yo, Shaggy. Yo, cuz. Family. Yeah, I know this. I me say family. Sure. If I want thing, me hate a fern killer. Me no believe in a fern killer. Family, and me say family. Me love me family, them to me heart. Me would the earth one of them. Real kill it dead to the end, dead from me start. Me real better them. Cause them no know when we a buy 3 sardines and the 1 pound a rice from shop. And them no know when we a get chased by cops and the and the drop. And all the woman make it now. Me know struggle feel. I mean, know all of them. My dog, them a feelings. My dog, them a feelings. The bag the girl. Who no like how we a live. Fighting for it, fighting for it. Flying up for me. My dog, them a feelings. My dog, them a feelings. The bag the girl. Who no like how we a live. Fighting for it, fighting for it. Flying up for me. Teacher, we day up on the block. Not new change, girl in a me lap. Split rap, any pan the rock. I watch me enemy a flap. Boy, them a carry belly for the pot. No say you're not ready, you a act like say you carry that. Run up in any way you lack. Dance and make a link and make a man in your place, fly your back. Youngster no wife rat, man a hustle for the dollars, why not? My dog them a feelings. My dog them a feelings. The bank a girl, who no like how we a live. Fighting for it, fighting for it. Flying go for me. My dog them a feelings. My dog them a feelings. The bank a girl, who no like how we a live. Fighting for it, fighting for it. Flying go for me. We a go live until we dead. One thing no girl can run with dead. Yo want a foot na go said when man a bad them in a bed. The crooks they never left it time straight. Roll up on them corner like say we get invited. Me pull up, man a scramble like egg. On this me jump out, big man a try beg. Anywhere you go, but anywhere no try fled. Me touch the road and no slip with the bread. My dog them a feelings. My dog them a feelings. The bank a girl, who no like how we a live. Fighting for it, fighting for it. Flying go for me. My dog them a feelings. My dog them a feelings.
Yeah.
The bank a girl, who no like how we a live. Fighting for it, fighting for it.
Yeah.
Flying go for me.
Strike force, yeah. Little bit of money, yeah. Little bit of money, yeah. Yeah, little bit of money, yeah. Little bit, yeah. Shut your mouth with a little bit of money. Shut up. Life is sweet, let me dip it in that money. Chick a girl with the bread that girl and the bread that money.
Yes, people, it's a sport report.
Little bit of money, yeah. Little bit of money, yeah.
Yours truly, NIGEL BYAM.
Yeah, little bit of money, yeah. Little bit. Yo, shut your mouth with a little bit of money. Shut up. Life is sweet, let me dip it in a honey. Chick a girl with a bread a car and a bread of money. When she meet him, she love him, cause that a big a money. Some man start hype to them make a piece of money. 1 mil Jamaican, that a strip of money. Give me woman beer money like a Bob give Rita money. When they go a Zimmy party, have your liquor money.
Bad man no drink off a man table.
But see ya, I saw them thing unstable. Ha, orange juice with them gal nable. Block pocket wanna carry down label. Boy, move and yes with the little bit of money. Keep out your mouth with the little bit of money.
Shut up, yo.
With the little bit of money. Go over there so with the little bit of money. Man I got the money now and the funny money. Look be feed up for money when you see coffee.
Strike force.
You feel know and the little bit of money. Life is sweet, let me dip it in a honey. Contract in a money. Some man gonna see ya run down bigger money. Them say ya easier and a quicker money. But we prefer tea for my little sister money. Money.
Kill them a pull up one. 4 girls jump out of one van. You can tell say them a G-Wagon fan.
Hey.
Nah, I do no work today. If you a work, me no want see your company. Joshua bring you weed and you rum for me. Real God. Gone for a vacation. Lobster on the grill. Spend a couple mil. And they see a chill, yeah.
We just building a little vibes right now.
Pretty skin get suntan. Champagne and spill. Biggest spliff a bill. Pull party on the hills, yeah. Today me a chill. Just a bill. Yeah, me no want nothing at all. Today me a chill, just a bill. Yeah.
We're gonna get to all the sports very, very soon.
Yeah, me no want nothing at all. Today me a chill, just a bill. Yeah, jelly.
6 1 press. Yo, juggler. Lava. Still I live a dream all when we wake up. Them I wonder how we clean like every day, so can't hold weed lock on the gate, but squash with the so none how we know for the jail. Different lifestyle, this a life me a talk.
And we got a special interview, man.
Park up, but the press, loan push to start.
With the one and only.
I know different lifestyle, this a life me a talk about.
Mr.
Bench truck park up.
Kevin Cox is in the building, people.
Yo, have money can buy what we want now. Rich lifestyle, lavish badness, get a Vietnam clocks from a Spanish but Germany care figure chronic family. American, yeah me have it for me. My lungs must block like magnet. Be high grade smoking constantly. Hennessy and no brandy. Ask for wine at the potion of donkey. Different lifestyle is a life me a talk about. House on the hill, bench truck park up. Button press, loan push to start. Yo, have money can buy what we want now. Different lifestyle is a life me a talk about. House on the hill, bench truck park up. Button press, loan push to start. Yo, have money can buy what we want now. We alright, 1 million a drum change your plate. Yeah, me drive to be my fast when me remember how far my one used to walk. Every time I remember the past, me buy a buckle line, you see I know nothing for love. Every time I remember them talk, me work hard, I know we out the thing large. And every time I remember friends falls, me keep up close and check me ring yard, yeah. Remember when my teacher them tell me, know me.
I wonder how much people out there are excited that the Lakers won.
Get a tail, no, they are everybody better pay. Me see short boss and member for me.
I know in the studio we got a couple people with kind of not so nice faces right now.
See 10 million in the way. Me see enough obstacles coming out of way. But remember my family, them a pray. Enough time I laugh when.
Shout out to all the Laker fans.
Like midnight cruel and brave. Now we have New York and Trinidad away. I remember just in my place me used to play. When me remember my brother no get no grave. Me buy more, leave it here. Me drive to be my fast when me remember how far me one used to walk. Every time I remember the past, me buy a buckle line, you see I know nothing for love. Every time I remember them talk, I work hard, I know we out the thing large. And every time I remember friends falls, me jam up close and shape me ring, yeah. When me remember what my friend do to me a quote, me smile but me hurt all now. That's why me don't go all about, cause me not just people and I not just now, yeah. When me remember how much years this pound for me waste, me not go in a house. Out a door me bleach alone road, yeah. But it's a different way me a roll now. Alright, me drive to be my fast when me remember how far me one used to walk. And every time when me remember the past, me get a buckle line, you see I know nothing for laugh. And every time I remember them talk, me work hard, I know we out the thing large. And every time I remember friends falls, me jam up
close and check my ring, yeah.
Shout out to the Mixcloud family.
It's nobody. Alright. Hey. Every get to you. Them can't stop the dream. Goalie. One time gone, long time gone, when me never have nothing. One or two slices of bread, be careful what you bully beef tin cut you. Now a 10 key, and me don't even know which door figure open. Me full of enemy, everywhere me go, me have to walk with this something. Now make them stop me when me reach so far. Left mama down a yard, me a do it for her. From me bad man I rise, man I reach me star. Hey, from me can't just a nigga me no need for par. One shot, one pants, one shows one. Let me tell you about friend. Never coming at the equation right now, and me never know them. Don't see it, see a pest them. Fake like me girl to breast them. Walk past and me bless them. Who no real go late to rest them. Who no want see me rich, all no who no want to see me with cars and hat. Wall lock me down, me find the locksmith. Jab girl, a jab quick. Them sit down and a lip, no want me sang it. Them gyal a wine pon the and spit, and I see them too small, me a perfect fit. Go fit them anywhere, pon the earth them pick.
Yes, people. Yes, people. We're about to get this started.
Big baller. Big baller.
This show is going to be interesting, man. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Hey, money, money, make money, yeah, yeah. Hey, money, money, make money, yeah, yeah. Hey, money, money, yeah.
Yes, people. Good night. This is very special right here. I'm extremely excited about this. This is amazing. We got the one and only Kevin Cox in the building. DJ K Don. This is gonna be nice, man. This is gonna be nice. Your mic on? You got it?
So.
Yes. So we're gonna start this off the right way, right? Which is what's the laugh there, Kev? All right, we gonna all right. So we gonna introduce Kev soon after we get this out the way. All right. So for everybody that don't know, the NBA champs are the Lakers. Oh man, K-Don, what you think about that?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's crazy. Yo, the whole bubble experience was crazy.
Yeah, that was real. I think
the bubble was different.
I really think the NBA got that right. Like, I really think they figured it out, had a nice plan, and executed. Definitely. But overall, I mean, we seen some amazing stuff in the bubble. Let's not take away from the fact that we seen some people that we didn't think could do what they did.
Facts. Yeah,
they made
true.
it happen. So, but overall, King James. King James.
One name.
You don't sound too happy over there. You all right, man? So, Kev, I gotta. Before we get into exactly who you are, I just want to see how you feel about the Lakers, man. What do you feel about the Lakers, and then what you feel about LeBron? Because there's two different fan bases here. Like, you know, you are a LeBron fan, and then you're a Laker fan. So tell me how you feel about that.
All right, let me just spin it back a little bit, all right? Like in high school, when I was in high school back in Grenada, I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't like LeBron though. Like I can't say I didn't like the Lakers. Right. I just didn't like LeBron James.
Okay.
Because like me at that time, I wasn't really like an established basketball player, understanding like what the players got to go through, and then understanding far beyond what I know at that point.
Right.
But then as I started getting deeper into basketball, I started to like understand there's way more that like I can't just hate LeBron because everybody's hating him.
Exactly.
Because that's I think if you're a friend with somebody who hate like say like a certain sport, say like if you don't know the sport like that, then you're going to turn out not really paying attention to it a lot. So it's plays same with like back then I didn't really like LeBron, but then now I'm like I'm just looking at everything he done, man. Like,
thank you. You know what? So like, I'm happy you are here for our very first show, the Sport Report. You know why? Because it's important to understand. Some people don't understand basketball on the level that we're gonna get to exactly who Kev is. I don't want to, say too much, but he understands basketball on another level. For sure. So definitely just understanding what LeBron does and his legacy is just amazing. Even if you don't like him, but you can't take away the fact that he's an amazing player.
Nah, most definitely.
That's a fact.
And the crazy thing is, like, LeBron is not my favorite player.
Right. Which is fine.
My favorite player is like Kevin. I was gonna say Kevin Durant is my favorite player. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, I can't hate another player like bypassing all their great achievements and their greatness just because like they're not my favorite player.
Exactly.
Yo, LeBron is top 3 in almost like everything, like every category.
Oh, look at my friend coming over. My Laker buddy. My Laker buddy right here.
Like you can't
don't go too far, man.
Yeah, like you can't hate on that though. So I can't say like I hate LeBron though. Like there's certain moments though, like when he in a game, the only time I'll say like I'll get pissed at him though, because like right now I can't say I was rooting for any team in the NBA, right? Like in the bubble right now, because I mean Kevin Durant, of course, I just said is my favorite player, so he's not there. So it's not like I don't have a team I'm rooting for, but Jimmy Butler is a player that I like to watch.
Gotta respect Jimmy.
So like, I really wish the game went to Game 7 though.
I don't.
Not gonna. I wanted to see a Game 7, but at the end of the day, LeBron they end up doing what they had to do in Game 6 and close it out.
Get it done.
So like, and then they had LeBron. I feel like LeBron had a lot of weight taken off his shoulder, and I guess the like people who hate on him and tell him like, you got to do this and you got to do that to reach Kobe and MJ. Like they're gonna still find something else that they want him to do. You know
of course.
So it's like,
of course, he don't want to look at me right now. Maybe we can see it. He's gonna see it. You're gonna always compare, but these guys are phenomenal athletes. And with that being said, phenomenal athlete, I have a nice little intro for you, Kev. You want to hear this?
Oh, for real? I need to hear it.
So, for everybody that doesn't know, this is Kevin Cox, the one and only, one of the only players in the world from the same bloodline as me, I should say, roots, I should say, that could probably jump higher than me.
I'm gonna take that.
You can take that?
Yeah, I would take that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, like one of the only guys that can probably, like shout out to Kevin. Give me one more K-Don. One more K-Don. Yes. He deserves that. He does. I want to start off and just tell people, what roots are we speaking about? Where are you originally from? Because that's actually a big confusion around Grenada.
Around Grenada, definitely is.
That they don't know exactly where you're from. So let the people know exactly where you're from.
Yeah, so, I mean, a lot of people, especially on Facebook who follow me, know I'm Grenadian.
Right.
But what a lot of people don't know is that I wasn't born on the island Grenada.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was born in Caracou.
Yes.
Which
big
I
up
would
Caracou.
Represent, like, till the end.
Of course.
You know
big up Caracou.
Everything I do. Even when I came out here, in my, when I was in Oklahoma, and even when I came to New York and Kingsborough, when I had to put, you know, they ask you to put
the little bio. Yes.
I always put Carriacou Grenada.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's, you know, I feel like that's it's the right thing to, you know, to put up there.
Right.
And I was born in Carriacou, and you know, I transferred to St. George's Anglican School in Grenada. At the age, I think I was probably like 8 years old, 8, 9, and then I was down there with my mom too.
Okay.
You know, 'cause my mom was in nursing school, so I had to go down with her.
Definitely.
And from there, that's where it all started.
Yes.
You know, just that was the first step, me going down to Grenada.
All right, going down to Grenada. So I would love to know, like, you know, because we all know everybody play basketball in Grenada, football as we call soccer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all do a little bit of everything. So
right.
what was your initial introduction to the game of basketball?
All right, so like you said, we play a lot of sports.
Yeah,
in Grenada,
did it all.
You know what I'm saying? So my very first thing playing was track and field.
Okay.
You know, that was
athlete.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
that makes sense.
I was a beast in track and field, bro.
I could see that.
especially high jump, bro.
Yes, I could see that.
Yeah, but my first day in secondary school, Form 1, I played soccer, but I wasn't introduced to basketball until my second year my second year in what's it called? In secondary school.
So a lot of people are gonna be very surprised at the fact that you started so late and you got to the level that you're at.
Like actually shot a basketball for the first time, probably like the first time I can remember, probably at the age of like 11 or around 11, 12.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
I was probably dunking at that age. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So who was the first coach that introduced you to the game of basketball?
Coach Elcock.
Shout out to Kester Elcock.
But one person every time I speak about this, every time I've been asked about, you know, where I started with basketball, I always bring up that person's name, Stefan Caldera. He's a very good friend of mine. Even up to this day, we're still cool.
That's my boy too. Always giving me talk, man.
Yeah, Max, man. Yeah. You know, shout out to you, Max.
Yes.
But yeah, he was the one who brought me to Tornadoes basketball camp.
Okay.
You know, because he was in Wesley College with me as well, and you know, I didn't have nobody who I was training with or anything. And it was like he told me to come up in the library this one Saturday, and then when I came there, and then I just kept going, and then you know, I ended up, you know, finding a home with Tornadoes, and then as the time goes on, I just kept working out with Kester Elcock, building a family with the team. I made a lot of great friends there, friends who, like, you know, like I
still
have
to this day,
to this day, you know, really close.
Yeah,
and you know, that's one thing that I'm really happy about. Not to say if I work out with someone else, he want to play it out the same way, but I'm really happy like he played out the way it did.
Yeah, you jumped pretty high. I probably would have planned out. I ain't gonna lie, but definitely shout out to Elcock, who's still doing it, man. He's still, you know, impacting the youth in Grenada and doing as much as he possibly can to help out as much as that's an amazing story. So, what was your first game like? Like, what was going through your mind when you when you played that first game? What was that like?
My first game was just try to score, at least try to put the ball in the basket.
Wow!
Like,
so you was an athlete from the beginning, because I can tell you my first game, I didn't want the ball.
You didn't want it?
I was too afraid to like make a mistake or do something wrong that I definitely didn't even want the ball. So, you know, tell me more about that, like your first game.
All right, so my first game, you know, I think it was, like, I can say, like, my first game was in I think I was in Form 3. All right, so Form 1, I didn't try out for the basketball team. Well, I mean, I was around, but I didn't get a uniform because, you know, the older kids are there. So,
we know how that go.
If I'm there now, anyway, my second year, I tried out for the team, but again, I didn't get a uniform. I didn't make the team. You know, I wasn't good enough. So Form 3, I made the team, and I was on the starting 5 for the team.
So wait. Let's go back a little bit, right? So the year before this, you couldn't make the team.
I didn't make the team.
The next year, you were in the starting 5.
The starting 5, yeah, I made the team. You know what's crazy? Because like I never. like even from that point, like my drive, I didn't really have like a passion for the game.
Right.
I was just playing it. It was just something to keep me active. Just like while I was playing basketball, I don't think I played soccer when I went up to Farm 2 and further, but I was still in track and field. I was running, I was jumping, I was throwing. So it's like I was still, you know, I didn't have something that I was set on, you know, like to just put 100% focus on it. So yeah, like in Farm 3, it still was just me, just, you know, just playing sports.
Right.
And yo, I remember that first game, man. It was crazy. I was playing point guard.
So you had the biggest role. We have a point guard in the building too, man. He was actually one of the best. Yeah, I did my homework on him, man. I did my homework. I heard about him, but we'll get to that.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, my first game, yo, I was like, of course, I was just trying to score the ball. Like there was actually a video on YouTube. Yeah, they could find that game.
Really?
I'm not gonna say it for nobody to go look it up because
I laugh at you.
It's I mean, it's in the beginning. I can't really
exactly. It shows the growth, man. That's the best part of it all.
Y'all gonna see when I post it on Facebook. When I post it on Facebook, yeah. But yeah, yo, I there's times there. I think I watched a video. I came across a video like earlier this year. And I was watching. Like how you play ball right now. You look back and I'm like, yo, what am I doing?
Yeah, I mean that's the growth.
At the age of 13, 14,
that's definitely the growth. That's the growth. That's the growth. So that's very important in terms of the younger kids actually, you know, paying attention to that.
Yes,
that's big.
I was just fumbling the ball, throwing up mad shots. So it was like I was nervous though. That's what I was saying. I was nervous.
Okay. So. You said you went to what school in Grenada?
Wesley College.
Wesley College. I'm a GBSS kind of guy, so you know we know the rivals there. You know the rivals there. No, so what was the jump of when you took basketball on a serious level? Like, was there somebody who told you, hey Kev, you can probably do something with this, or something just clicked in your head saying, hey, I really want to play and get to the next level with this?
Well, actually, a lot of people in Grenada told me, like, you know, I need to get out of here and go overseas and play against some more talented
higher
players,
level,
so I can like improve as well. Because me being Grenada playing against the same people over and over and over, like it's just gonna get me to a certain point. You know, I need to play people like, you know, who would push me to the next, you know, to get to that next level. So, you know, I gotta, Coach Alcock played a big role in everything, man. Like,
right.
You know, with me developing a passion for the game, it's just because, like, you know, he takes it serious, and I'm around him like every time. Right. And, you know, this is, you know, that just to put this story out there. When I was living in, I think I was in Farm 4, like even from Farm 3 going up to Farm 5. Like, there's times where I didn't really have any money to go to a library.
Right.
Where I was living, it's so unfortunate that everywhere we lived, I always have to take 2 buses to get to practice.
Oh, wow.
So there's sometimes I can't make it, and my mom would do what she can to try and, you know,
make it happen. Right.
And then when I get there, yo, Coach Alcock, he will look out for me, you know, as a father.
Shout out to Alcock again, so, man. Like, that's amazing. That's amazing. So like he took me under his wing, and like I'm someone he talks about a lot. I would have like sometimes like one-on-one workouts with him and stuff like that. So, you know, my passion really started, you know, when I made the senior team. I think I was like 16, 17. I made the senior team for Tornadoes. Who was on that team, by the way?
Who was on that team, boy? I know Coach Alcock was still playing at that time. I think BYAM was still playing for Tornadoes.
That was my shooter, man. Good shooter.
Shidell was playing with us.
Good point guard, yeah.
Carl Banfield. I don't even think. Carl. You know Carl, right?
Yeah.
Carl is. He's probably. I don't want to, but everybody talk about Bashi a lot, but Carl is one of like the sharpest shooters I've seen in Grenada, man.
Yeah, he could shoot. Definitely.
Who else was with us? I know Kiwani was with us. Mario was with us. Atiba was with us. They have some other guys. Some of the older guys was with us too, though.
That's what's up, man. That right there, like, I just like to hear it because some of those guys still play to this day.
It's still play. And like, you know, if you seeing this, and I ain't mentioning your name, no feeling type of way, but y'all know who y'all are.
Yeah, man.
You know, but
Tornado family, you know.
Tornado family.
Yeah,
man,
you already know what it is. So, how did you get to the next level? Like, how did you make it to this, to playing? You played junior college, and then you went on to a 4-year school. So, before we get to where you went to junior college, how did that connection happen? Because, you know, a lot of times in Grenada, it's kind of a slow process for a lot of the young athletes. So, you know, I know yours was kind of slow as well.
Yeah,
and you know, you definitely held in there and kept the dream and fight for it. But how did that connection happen with you getting to the States?
Yeah, so like it just came to a point where I feel like, you know, time was like ticking.
Yeah.
You know, the clock was ticking, and I feel like I just had to, you know, try to reach out to people by myself. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, when I was with Tornadoes, you know, Coach Alcock, we had a meeting, and he told me, you know, he said there was a junior college who was interested in me, but you know, I think I was like 17, 18 at the time.
Right.
But you know, like he felt like I was too good to go play in a junior college.
Right.
And at the time, you don't know nothing about American basketball, so you know, at the time, Coach Alcock was my coach, you know, like a very good friend, my mentor, everything. So like, you know, like you know more than me, I'm gonna go ahead with it. And you know, so let's wait a while. And then it came to a point where I just felt like nothing wasn't happening. And it's not, I'm not saying it's like it's literally nobody's fault.
Right.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Because like he can't control what decision the coaches make in the US.
True.
He could say someone interested in me, but like if they don't, you know, push and say like, you know, they really want to get me, like, you know.
How that's gonna happen.
How is that gonna happen?
I got a question, you know? In terms of how difficult, since you've been through it, how difficult is that procedure of being an athlete in Grenada and trying to get to a college or university in the United States?
Like, I wouldn't say it's hard, but I would and I wouldn't. I would say it's hard if you're not trying to put yourself out there,
right?
And because if you just like dependent on somebody to like do everything for you, you just chilling. You're working out and everything, and you just lay back and you just let somebody else handle everything. You don't know what's going on. The time could be ticking. So if you take the initiative and try to reach out for yourself, then you give yourself like a higher percentage of getting a scholarship or something. But in my situation, that's exactly what I did. You know, I felt like, you know, time was ticking. I went from, you know, after I graduated in secondary school, I went back for a second year. And after that, I went to TAMCC, played 2 years. I went there for 2 years, graduated, and, you know, still nothing happened. So, like, during my years in TAMCC, I was, you know, chopping up film whenever I had game or I had scrimmage. I would, like, have people record it. You know, like, wow. I would do the extras, bro. Like.
No, that's what's needed, because I talk to a lot of athletes in Grenada now, and it's like, oh, we don't have opportunities. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of times they just don't go and grab an opportunity. They kind of sit back, like you said, and wait for someone to get the job done for them.
Exactly.
So what advice would you actually give somebody that's in that same situation? And mind you, this is a couple years before this whole social media era, which makes it way easier. By the way, like our era is literally cutting up film and stuff like that. We was actually having a conversation about that. Like, before you do a highlight, you probably get 6 videos text to you. You know what I mean? So, like, what advice would you give an athlete on how to get that done?
I would tell them put themselves out there. Like, you have, like you said, we're in an era where like we have access to a lot of cameras, phones, you know, all types of stuff where you could at least film yourself and put it out there on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. But with me, like, what I did, I chopped my videos up and people would think that's crazy, but I have it right now in my email. I have like 100+ schools. Like, I sent emails to. Like, I have.
That's how you do
like,
it.
You know, how I like my introduction, and then I put my film in the bottom.
Wow.
So I just copy. So what I did, I just copy and paste the introduction. I just changed the coach's name every time I get a different coach email. I just put the coach email. I just replace the email, but I keep everything the same.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
So like I would tell the kids, design basically a template to get this all done.
Get it all done. I send it out to a lot of coaches. I would just tell kids like, don't be scared to like go get it yourself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta market yourself sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
And that's pretty much in everything, right, K-Don? Like if it's anything that we're actually trying to accomplish in life, you kind of just gotta go get it. Can't sit down and wait for anybody to really do that.
Your own photographer, your own management,
all of that,
everything.
That's a fact, especially when you can't afford it to pay for it, so you got to make it happen. Yeah. So what was your first step, and what was that experience like? Because a lot of people feel coming and playing basketball, it's like a bed of roses. It's like everything is just perfect. They put you in this mansion house in college and they give you 10 meals a day if you wanted it. You know what I mean? They because people really have this perception that, college is really like that, because they always say athletes have it easy. We're on scholarship, so we don't really work for that scholarship. So initially, before we get into depth of how much we actually work for scholarships, what would you say your first experience was? Was this a shocker to you, or you kind of expected it to be the way it was? How was it, first of all?
Basketball wise, I wouldn't say it was much of a shocker. Basketball wise, like in some instances, yeah, but the campus life is what I wasn't prepared for.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like I came up here
freshman 15.
So, like I came up, my first year was in Oklahoma. I didn't know it was going to get cold in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Like the weather. I can tell you right now, even to this day, me and Winner, like
definitely.
Me and Winner are good friends, man. But I wasn't really prepared for that when I came up. Listen, I didn't even think I told you that. So when I came up, right, like I came up and I didn't come up with a basketball sneakers. When I came up to this, I didn't have a basketball sneakers. Like I had one in Grenada, but I don't think it wasn't the sneakers I would travel with for.
Right.
It was beat up already. You know what I'm saying? So when I came up there, I had a really good sneakers, man. And then like I think like either a day or 2 days after boot camp started. Like we had like a 2-week boot camp.
Right.
We just do
preseason.
Wake up like 4:35 in the morning, and then we go on the baseball field, and then we do conditioning. Then from the baseball field, we go to the gym, and then we do some workout there, and then we head back to the dorm, get ready for school. Then midday we have weights. Then we go back, we have class again, either meals or whatever, and then later that day we have practice, and that's one day. So
hold on, let's back up, because it's important. It's very important for people to understand how not of a cakewalk this is. Like people just look at it as, okay, you're playing a sport and you just living the best life there is. There's a lot of aches and pains, and 4:30 in the morning.
Yo,
I don't think people understand what's going on, man. 4:30 in the morning. So your day starts at 4:30.
At 4:30, bro.
Wow.
4:30.
That was tough. Mine was 5. I had another half an hour to sleep, but
and you know what's crazy? The whole situation with the sneakers. So I had to use my good sneakers to go work out on the baseball field. And and it just so happened that on that day it rained. And you know how the baseball field is.
Yes, it's like mud.
It just gets muddy.
It's just muddy.
So I'm working out, but in my head I'm like,
my sneakers is done.
It's done. I can't even do nothing with it no more. So like it was done, man. And then I ended up getting a basketball sneakers from the locker room,
right?
So I could actually play ball with.
Wow.
So like I didn't come here in my own basketball sneakers, bro. Like
that's a big part of that story, man. I hope your headline on your book is no kicks or something like that.
No kicks.
No kicks. That people know the struggle. It's a real thing, because a lot of people feel like everything is just kind of handed to you.
Yeah.
As soon as you get off the plane and things are just here. But
exactly.
it's definitely not the case a lot of times. So, you know, that's very important that, you know. So where was that first step? Where was that school, and what did the area look like? Was it a shock to you how the campus life was, how the area was?
Well, all right, so let me just backtrack just a little bit. So the first school I was initially I was supposed to go to was Barcia Paris Community College.
Okay.
In Louisiana.
You know,
I was on the brink of signing that scholarship. That was one that a school that I reached out to. Right. They saw my video and they was interested in me. So that would have been like a school that I reached out to, and I got myself a scholarship.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But it was like they had meals and they had like it was full tuition, but they didn't have dorms and a cafeteria. So they was gonna put me in like an apartment, and they was gonna like give me stipend to buy food. And back then, if I knew what I knew now, I probably would have did it. You know, but like now, it's like at that time I was like, you know, my first year in the U.S., I don't even know the ropes around here. I don't even want to, you know, let my first year be like that. So when you know, a really good friend of mine, Hakeem Simon,
shout out to Hakeem, man.
Oh hell yeah, you know, Hakeem, like he's a dope friend, man. He I think he's playing pro in I think he's in France right now.
France.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, shout out to Hakeem, man.
Hakeem.
He was in a school in Oklahoma already, and then he transferred to Seminole State where I went to, and you know the coach said he was looking for a shooter, so he showed the coach my video, and then the coach reached out to me. He was like, "Yo, you signed anything yet, or you have a school yet?" I was like, "I ain't signed yet, but I'm on the brink of." He's like, "Give me some time,"
right?
And, you know. And then, you know, he ended up coming back to me, and I took the scholarship. It was everything. But when I got to the campus, you know, it was nice. He wasn't like crazy big. He had a lot of space.
Right.
But
Oklahoma
it was like,
for you.
But it was like the campus. It was like the dorms was like a little far from like the classroom and the cafeteria. So it's like you have the dorms and everything on one side, then you have a big pond, and then you have a trail you gotta walk in. So it was a big campus, but not that much buildings in it.
Right. So how did that feel? Like the initial stage of you getting a scholarship? Like
it felt great.
Like I'm sure, like all those hundreds of emails that you send out, it probably felt like it was all worth it at that point.
Nah, it definitely was, man. It was definitely worth it. And it felt good, man. It just felt good, and it just showed that like, once you go out and get it, you can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? You can make it happen. Like,
okay.
You know, like, you know, there you still have to, you know, leave room for disappointments at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, because like throughout the midst of me sending out emails and stuff like that, I got turned on by like probably 50% more.
Yeah.
Like I got turned on by a lot, and then there was a lot of them that gave me partial scholarships.
Okay.
And some of them who was willing to give me full scholarship, but at the time I reached out, they already had a full roster, and they wanted me to wait the previous year.
Timing.
Not the previous year, but the following
season. Right.
And I was like, I'm already 20. I want to get it now.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I just kept pushing. I just kept throwing out emails, and then, you know, it actually happened.
What fuel, if you don't mind me asking a question, Nigel, what fuel that energy for you to make, you know, say like, yeah, I need this, I gotta go get that? Because a lot of people, you know, they get turned down one time, two times, they be like, you know what, and this ain't for me, I'm gonna just play ball recreational, or, you know what I'm saying? What drives you to be like, yo, I need this right now?
My mom, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mom Dukes.
Yeah.
Shout out to moms.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't. And that's just the one word, my mom. Like, mom, man. I can't really say it's anything else. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I've been around my mom. I know like how it's been when we was growing up.
Yeah,
you know,
she's Grenadian too, or?
Yeah, she's Grenadian.
Okay, yeah.
And
all right,
we've been through like frustrating times, you know. So I've seen, you know, how my mom has, you know, stuck it out to raise us and to bring us up. So like, you know, I try my like,
I know.
She's, like, even up to this day, man. Like, you know, I'm still juggling a lot of things right now, and like she's constantly on my mind. Like, you know, I just want to create like the best situation possible to where like, you know, I don't want to have mom worrying about us. You know
that's dope, man. Like, you know, just having that motivation that always basically carry with you anywhere you go for the most part.
Exactly.
So after Western Oklahoma,
Seminole.
Yeah. Okay, because I was in Carl Albert, which is in Oklahoma too. We played.
Oh yeah,
we played in the same kind of conference kind of thing, you know. So I'm before Kev time, a little older, guys. But what was the next step after that?
All right, so after my first year in Seminole, so this is where thing got crazy, right?
It got crazy.
See me fixing myself on the chair right now.
This is it.
You know what I'm saying? So like, so what happened was I don't know what happened in the state of Oklahoma, but like I think something happened. Some rule had passed where if you're a student in the state, if you're a student out of state scholarships or international, you're not allowed to get a full scholarship anymore.
Really?
That's different.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Because you know, during that year, there's a few schools in Oklahoma that shut down.
My school actually
shut down a few athletic programs.
Athletic program was closed in my school. Yeah.
Yeah, so that what happened. And you know, Coach Tooley, he came to me like we was in the office and he was like, you know, they really want me to come back, but they was asking me, if my parents would be able to like pay half of my scholarship and they'll cover the other half. I'm like when I came here, I thought everything was going to be good. My parents wasn't really prepared for that.
Yeah, that was the agreement.
Yeah, my parents wasn't prepared for that. So I was like, nah, Coach, I don't think. Well, I didn't say nah, Coach, at the time. I told him, yeah, I'll ask him. To be honest, I didn't really ask my mom. I didn't even.
You knew the situation.
I didn't mention none of that to my mom at the time. Because I already know. I just told him, let me ask her. And then, I came back, I told him, I was like, nah, I don't think my family will be able to do it. And then he was like, he gonna help me. He said he gonna help me, get a school in the meantime and stuff. So that didn't happen. And I think during the space of that time, that was at the end of the season, while school coming to a close for the first year. And I think my biggest regret is not going to New York earlier than I should have.
So you stayed around in Oklahoma?
Nah, not stayed around in Oklahoma, but who's my mentor right now? Shout out to Damian Welch. And I don't know if he probably on there. I've been going through a lot of stuff lately where I just feel like I had to like come off social media and just focus on, priority.
Right.
So that's like I haven't reached out to Coach Welch in a while, but I'll get to it soon. But he had some connections in California.
Okay.
And he told me, he can get me to go out there and stay for a couple months and try to play some ball and see if I can get a school out there.
Right.
But what I didn't know at the time is like schools in California don't offer scholarships.
Right, they don't. Yeah,
junior colleges.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
we learned a lot today, man.
So like you have the NJCAA and then you have the NCAA. California have their own thing.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
So there's no Cali college teams like in the
junior college level. They do not do
scholarships at all.
Nope.
Wow.
And I've been for years too.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was hyped. I mean, I hooped on Venice Beach and stuff.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
Nice,
yeah, it was nice. Like I was hooping and stuff. I was doing my thing, but at the same time, like the main purpose was me to like showcase my talent and then try to get a school.
Which is right.
So I wouldn't say it's a waste of time though. Like it is.
I was just about to say almost. Almost. Yeah.
You're right. But the experience was good, and I get to connect with a lot of dope people out there.
Right.
But me going back to New York at a later time and then trying to find a school, it was kind of hard
because
I could have got into Monroe, which is a D1.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Monroe. I know a couple coaches there. Yeah.
When I reached out, it was too late. That's what I'm saying. Like if I had went to New York earlier, I probably would have like got that spot.
Right.
So it was too late when I reached out to them. They already had a full roster. I was rocking with ASA downtown Brooklyn for a little bit.
Coach Spider, that's my guy. Spider's my guy. Yeah.
He was rocking with me heavy because I was in the practice. It was like the gym was packed, and for the fact that they came to me and talked to me about the scholarship, because I was doing my thing.
Right.
Like, wherever I go to play, I always make sure like I stand out.
We already know.
We was working on trying to get me situated in the school, but. I don't know. ASA had like a whole different kind of problem going on, which was too much.
Yeah.
Concerning like they needed me to have a GED. They needed to see that. So
from Grenada.
Yeah.
Okay. You're right.
Not from good.
Well, like, just having some kind of high school equivalency to show. Got you.
Because I was showing them my transcript from Oklahoma, but it was like, but we still need to see the high school stuff. And I'm like...
That's kind of weird because after a certain level of credits, high school doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I don't know why that was... So anyways, like after that, I ended up, reaching out with speaking to Coach B, and then they got me down in Kingsborough. Thankfully, Kingsborough started in September.
Right.
And, that was in the midst of August. So I ended up registering, late, but I got in, and it's a D3. So it's not like I was on a scholarship. I was in dorms and cafeterias and stuff.
Right.
I had to live with family in Brooklyn. I had to rock it out and, make it work.
Coach B. So Coach B is a very good dude. Coach Brendan, originally from Grenada.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's shout out to him.
Nah, shout out to Coach
B. Yeah, real, definitely. Man. Intense coach, man. That's a very intense coach. Like, you have to be a special type of player to play for him, because he was a special type of player, period. You know what I mean? Yeah. Aggressive.
The stories I've heard.
Yeah, he was straight to the point, man. I remember younger, like, just seeing him play, like, every game looked like Game 7 in the finals to him. That's how intense he was.
Different type of intensity,
and it's so crazy. Yo, like, I'm serious. If you was a good player and he played defense on you, he was after you. Like, he was one of the first dudes I've seen, like, dive on the floor. Concrete in Grenada.
Oh,
he's different.
That's crazy.
He's a coach or a baller?
Well, he used to be a baller. He played. I think he played professionally a little bit too. He was in England or Ireland, one of them out there somewhere, right? Yeah, but Coach B is definitely a different breed. Like, you can't teach that.
Yeah,
that kind of aggressiveness, and you can't teach that. So while I was overseas too, I used to go to train with him a little bit. So tell us about Coach B, man. He's the man.
Coach B. Coach B is a really, like, he's tough when he needs to. Like,
true.
Like, workout wise, oh my God, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, and I guess he was just trying to get me to the peak of my potential. He never let up. Like, he never let up on me.
No.
Like, he always, like, this is like, I can never forget that. I think we was doing a drill. That was in Kingsborough. We was doing a drill, man. I think it was just a one-on-one workout. It was me and him, and then he had another guy who was helping, like, passing the ball and stuff. I can't remember the name of the drill, but I was doing a lot of running and shooting, and then I got to the point I was tired, and I thought I was finished. I thought the set was done. So I'm going to the side to, like, get some water, and he's like, no water break,
That sounds like him.
So I'm like, yo.
That sounds like Coach B, man.
I would quit, man. I'm telling you.
Yo, he's different. Like, and I always tell him, and the crazy part, he's the girls' coach at Kingsborough.
The girls' coach, exactly.
And I told him, I was like, Coach, I don't know how you coach girls, but those have to be some of the toughest girls.
But them girls, like, but he got the girls basketball team to the point where they're at right now in Kingsborough. And I'm not gonna lie to you, though, and I'm not gonna lie to you, he wasn't just the girls coach. He was coaching at least like players from every sporting category in the school.
Because he is a fitness kind of guy too. Like, he knows how to get you to where you need to be.
Exactly.
Conditioning wise, like we spoke about earlier, we both athletic. I remember Coach B. I'm at Kingsborough working out with Coach B, right? And he has the green rubber band around my waist,
bands, bro,
and telling me to dunk the basketball. This is like 20 times straight. Dunk it. Coach,
that's exactly what
I don't know if I can go no more, man. Like, Coach, I can't do it no way. He's like, go, and literally he pushed me until I finished the 20 dunks. If you asked me before I did that drill if I could finish those 20 dunks with that band around my waist, I would have told you no way.
Nah, right.
And he definitely got me to the point where finish that. So Coach B, special dude, man. Definitely a special dude. So tell us a little bit about Kingsborough. Like, how was your experience there, basketball wise? What was the difference between Kingsborough and Oklahoma?
Well, just a quick sum up with Coach B. Coach B really got me through a lot of situations with in Kingsborough in terms of, like, looking out for me. Sometimes when I need to get something situated with school, he'll help me out. Even something small as a meal, he'll help me out and stuff like that. So, but in terms of like basketball wise, it's totally different from Oklahoma because Oklahoma, I didn't like. Throughout my whole season in Oklahoma, I didn't play a lot.
Right.
Because I started off the season playing really well. So we had a couple of scrimmage games, and I was killing. We played a I think it was an NAIA Division 1 school.
Okay, yeah,
that was in a preseason, and I probably had like 22 points. I was hitting, I was knocking down mad three. I was knocking down crazy threes. And then after the game was over, Coach Tooley, he was the assistant coach. He was like, yeah, yo, like this kid, like yeah, we got something. So I started out the season playing well,
right?
And then when we started playing like the conference games and stuff, like he didn't start me the first 2 games, but I was still getting minutes,
right?
And then where everything got bad for me is when I twisted my ankle.
Ooh,
so I twisted my ankle in practice, and I had to sit out at least like a week or 2. Wow. And then after that, I was out the rotation. When I came back, I still didn't even got back in rotation. So like that just killed my whole freshman season.
And that's something that a lot of people don't even know, like how quickly you are replaced. Exactly. You know what I mean? And this is across the board once again in terms of a workplace, in terms of anything. You are quickly replaced. That's why you always have to be on top of your game, because like you said, an injury and the coach goes a different direction,
a different route, yes,
and
sir.
Everything just flips.
Yeah, man.
You can't really plan for an injury though.
Nah,
exactly. You can't.
Nah.
You can't
That's
plan
like a big
for
surprise, right?
Nah, unless you're LeBron.
Spending millions on your body,
and you just basically
steal, man.
This is. I'm convinced they made him in a lab, yo. It's crazy. It's crazy.
To be honest, the worst thing I ever seen LeBron got off the court for was a cramp. You remember when he had that cramp and they had to carry him off the court?
I'm telling you, that's the real.
Besides that, what kind of major injury he had?
Nothing.
Like
so,
even then, you still think he's flopping. You
he just want to flop, man. So about Kingsborough, like how did that navigate coming up to where you are right now?
All right, so I think that was really it was an eye opener for me in terms of like where I stand basketball wise playing over here. I mean, when I was in Seminole State, the players on my team, when we had practice, I was cooking them. So like I don't know, right. I guess like it was a few of them who was there before I got there. So I guess they're gonna play like in junior college they're gonna play the sophomores over the freshmen. Most of the time. You
know how that go.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So in Kingsborough, Coach Shell, when I went there, me and a player, Vakas Iqbal, excuse me.
Yes.
Yeah, me and him was a 1-2 punch for the team, man.
He was nice, yo.
Yeah, he was nice, bro. He was nice.
I did see him play, and he was. I'm not sure his nationality, but somewhere in the Middle East, I'm guessing, or
oh my God, how can
somewhere in that region. But when I tell you, he was alright. He had a little bit of everything. He was nice. I seen him play a couple times. He was tough.
And he was literally like a three, like a small forward. Yeah, 3.
Right.
Like he could dribble the ball, going around the rim, laying up. He got finesse.
Yes.
He got a jump shot. He could knock down threes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And he could dunk too. You know what I'm saying? So like Vok was. I don't know who player I could compare. Who player you think he could compare him with, man? Like in the league.
I don't know. He was smooth though, man.
He was smooth, man. Like
he was definitely a smooth player.
He got one of those layups that he does. Like I be asking him to do it sometimes. When I was there. Nah, he looked really smooth though. Like he'll jump from one side, hold it in one hand, and I bring it around and I look over his shoulder and throw it. I'm
like when I came to you guys' practice right at Kingsborough, and you had one side, which was the kid, and he was real like finesse and smooth, right? One step, he's gonna take a nice little smooth move. Then you got Kev on the other side. If you give him a step, he's probably flying over 6 people, dunking it crazy.
Yeah, that
you know what I mean? Like I just felt like as a coach, like you got a lot of options with, you got a really fast player, then you got a really smooth player who could play in half court, and y'all team was solid. Yeah. And shout out to Coach Shell too, man. He actually comes to Grenada and do camps, and him and Freddie comes to Grenada and does camps and things like that for the youth. So shout out to them for sure.
No, for sure, man. And like with that whole thing in Kingsborough, like Coach Shell, he actually allowed me to play my game. He didn't really like just box me in like a set type of basketball. Like we running this play, and like if you don't run this play, you're coming out the game. Like if I see something that would work, like go for it. Like
go
for
it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we did. You know what I'm saying?
Special coaches do that. Only special coaches do that. I'm gonna tell you now. I play for a lot of different coaches, and a lot of different coaches don't give you the right of way to just be yourself. So I know it's an amazing feeling just to be able to just play and be yourself.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And Coach Shell, he give me a lot of life advice too. You know, like after college and stuff.
Right.
You know, so like he's like a really good friend / coach. You know, he gave me a little bit of mentorship.
That's
sometimes.
amazing. So in terms of Kingsborough, what was the play like? Did you guys win a lot? Did you guys win not so much, or like how was that?
Now we win a lot of games. We started off losing a few games, which a lot of people were shocked because seeing the team that we had. My very first game in the very first season, I dropped 34 against BMCC, and we went into overtime in that game. And I fouled out on a charge.
Wow.
And then I fouled out right in the beginning of OT. And then
they had to get you out of there. That's what it sounds like.
I probably had like 2 charges that game. But bro, I was killing him. I don't think there's anything anybody could have done to stop me that game.
Yeah,
I was
just going.
Yeah, I had a double that game though. I think I had like 34, 12 and 4 or something like that.
Sounds like LeBron.
Yeah, man. But like, when I got fouled out, and then in overtime, Vok got fouled out.
Wow.
So it was like,
that sounds like the referee caused the game for y'all. That's what it sounds like.
But yeah, after we lost that game, we should have won. I think we lost by 1 or 2 points, and then we lost the second game, and the third game, and the fourth game, and then people was like, damn, like they thought we was gonna like run through this whole tournament.
Right.
But I think my thing is we had really good players on the team, but we just, I guess within that group that we had, we didn't really have like a solid 3-man. All right, I'm gonna just say it now. I think like I think our third man should have been B-Light. Brian, who he came off the bench for us. Like he should have been he like me, him, and Vok could have really like
made something happen.
But I think the coaches start they know what's good best for the team, so you can't really argue with that.
Decision is final.
So he came off the bench, but B-Light was nice, man.
Yeah.
But
so in terms of just sidetracking a little bit, in terms of the players you played, because I have my own personal experience with the guys I played with in Grenada and the guys I end up coming to the States and play with. Who would you say had more skill, natural skill? The players that you played with in Grenada, or you could just pick a couple of them that can definitely play in the States for sure, or the players here just definitely outweighs the players in Grenada? Which one would you say?
You talking about like raw talent or just
raw talent? Raw talent, hands down.
If you talking about raw talent, in Grenada, because the kids, the people I played with up here, and I've been around a lot of players, and we talk, and I heard conversations. People start talking about they start playing. This is what's crazy. I heard people talk about they play basketball since they was like, I've been playing since I was 5, 6, 4, and I'm like, bro, you've been playing basketball since you was 4 or 5 years old, and like,
ain't good.
I'm on your team, and you're not. You know what I'm saying?
You still don't got it.
You still don't got it like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, take some of the players who got raw talent in Grenada and bring them over here.
Just get them a little bit of training.
At a younger age, they would be monsters.
And ain't no hoops like that in Grenada compared to up here.
Well, definitely not.
Nah.
Every corner is a park with a hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah. And they don't have we don't have like a proper indoor facility in Grenada. That's something that, that's like, a future vision of mine. Hopefully, that will come to fruition.
Yeah.
But
that'll be big. That'll be big.
Huge.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, I feel like You talking about raw talent?
Raw talent.
Like Grenada.
Grenada got it.
If you're speaking about the U.S. right now and Grenada right now, like about talent right now, I would pick the U.S. But if you're talking about raw talent, Grenada gonna win, man.
Okay.
They doing more with less, pretty much.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know what I'm
I didn't know much people in Grenada that couldn't dunk.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's true.
we got one in the studio, but but at the end of the day, like we're all super athletic, man. The nation is just athletic as it comes, man. Like people watch you dunk. Just look at Kev. If anybody listen, we're gonna share the links and all of that. But Kev is a super athlete, so that's different. That's a whole different story. But back to the topic at hand.
Real quick, I told you about the first time I got teed up.
You got a tech?
Yeah.
I don't even see that in your personality, man.
I think that was my first and only tech in my entire life. How old was I? I think I was in Form 4. I probably was like 16, 17.
Wow. In Grenada this happened?
In Grenada.
Oh.
You know who gave me the tech? Ryan, bro. I could never forget it.
Ryan was probably trying to show you a lesson, man.
That time he had the dreads. He had the dreads around that time. So, and I can remember exactly what happened. It was a fast break. And I was coming down, and he had a kid from Happy Hill Secondary School. His name was they called him Camelo.
Okay.
So he was coming down, and like I was going to lay the ball up, and then I'm like, yo, I jumped to lay the ball up, and it was right there. So I dunked it. So I actually dunked on him.
Right.
So when I came down, I was like, yo, what the F wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? But I say it in Grenada accent.
Of course.
What's wrong with you, boy? And then Ryan was like, doop. I was like, yo. At the time, I didn't really care about the tech because I didn't pay attention to it. I was like, yo, my first dunk in a game was a poster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
was it scary?
I don't know. Like, if he had videos to go back and watch it, we could have tell. But at the time, though, I didn't really know what real dunking like. It's
right.
me dunking now. If I dunk on somebody, I would know. I would say, yeah, it's scary if I posted somebody right now.
Yeah.
You know, because like I'll go hard.
Yeah.
You know, but like back then, it's like I feel like I just got up there and I was close and I just like put it in.
Just made it happen.
Yeah, I just made it happen.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my first tech, man. Ryan gave me that.
Shout out to Ryan, man. I'm gonna send this little clip for him, man. Ryan, he's a good ref though, man. One of our only FIBA certified refs on the island, so
Oh, for real? What about Dinky? Dinky
nah,
not FIBA certified?
Not certified, but they're trying to work out something with a referee association now, so they doing some big things. So, but after Kingsborough, how did the recruiting process going on to get to your 4-year school? How did that work out?
All right, so this is where I don't think a lot of people knew this either, but after Kingsborough, I had 3 Division I schools looking at me, right? That wanted to, like, he had 2 that was looking at me and one of them that I reached out to.
Right.
So, I think it was Alabama A&M. That was the one that I reached out to and they was interested. And then there was I think was it Glenroy State? No, I think it was a school in Georgia. I can't remember. Glenville.
Okay.
Glenville.
Yes.
It was Glenville. And Mississippi Valley State University.
Okay.
I was like Mississippi Valley State, like they didn't really have like a crazy, like a good record, but at the same time I was like, yo, this could be the D1. I could go there and like help them turn it around.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So Alabama A&M, what really put a stain in my opportunity was my credits.
Ooh.
You know, because me coming out, I do well in school.
Right.
You know, fast forward when I graduated from the University of DC. Now, I graduated with honors.
Right.
I graduated with a 3.5 GPA.
That's what I'm talking about.
My senior year, I got the award for the best academic player.
Right. Okay.
Basketball player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The award for that. So like in Oklahoma, I did my thing. I did what I was supposed to do. You know, I had my credits for that year. And come to Kingsborough, that's where it starts because since I had to pay for my credits for my school out of pocket,
right?
Like I had to pay the bare minimum. I had to pay for the bare minimum, which is like 4 classes, 12.
Right,
you know,
the 12 credits kind of situation.
Yeah, so they, know, they allow you, if you want to compete, you got to do
at
a
least
minimum
that.
of 12.
Right.
You know, and with money getting involved, and at that time it wasn't scholarship, and I had to
paying
like try
for each
to
credit, literally.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like, so that's what it came down to, and you know, when it's time to get recruited, some of the schools it was like, nah, if they, I think with Alabama A&M, they was like they could take me, but if they do, they would have to redshirt me. And then I would play the following year, but they was looking for somebody to come in
and execute right now. Right.
So with all that, when that came, when I heard that from them, and then Glenville State, I didn't get through with that one either because of my credits. And then Mississippi Valley State, I thought that would have been the one. I thought they would have worked something out.
Right, that would have been it for you. Yeah,
that didn't happen. So we was working out. I was working out. I think it wasn't with Coach B. It was another coach in the school. So Coach Ock.
Okay. Yes.
So we was doing some drills, and then I think Will came. I think was Will was the one that told me that Mississippi Valley State called, and like they was like it wouldn't work. So
wow.
I was doing
that must have crushed you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what happened, man. Like I was doing a drill, and I think the ball, I lost the ball, and it went to the corner of it fell right in front of me. And I kicked the ball so hard, bro.
Frustration.
Out of frustration, and it went to the corner of the gym.
Wow.
And then I went to pick it up, bro, and like tears came out of my eyes, man. I cried, bro.
Man. Nah, I mean this is what you came to the States for, to accomplish a goal, and then you feel like it's roadblocks that's kind of stopping it. That could be the most frustrating thing ever, man.
Exactly,
so I definitely understand that. So how did the opportunity come out? Where did it come from? It just fell out the sky?
Yeah. So, it was really frustrating at that point, because I thought like, I didn't have a chance. I didn't like my credits was going to hinder me from getting into any school. So, I can't even remember how UDC found me though. Can't remember if it was through a coach I knew or something, but they reached out to Kingsborough, and it was like, they want to offer me a scholarship. Wow. So I think they spoke with, I told you Coach B was the one I was rocking with the entire year, so he was with me through every situation. So he spoke with the head coach, well, not the head coach, but he spoke to Terrell Stokes, who was the assistant coach.
Right.
He was doing the recruiting too, and and then they drove all the way from DC. They drove, like, I guess they were showing me the stuff on paper, and Coach B was like, he's not feeling this, like he don't understand it.
Right.
So Coach Stokes, he drove all the way from DC to come up to Kingsborough, to sit down with me and Coach B, and we talked about it, and he was explaining the whole thing.
That had to make you feel good, though. That definitely had to.
The fact that they drove that far just to get me.
Yeah, that had to make you feel like I'm important.
Yeah, it definitely did.
They came all the way from where to do this.
Because what's crazy? What had happened was like. Okay, I think Coach Mario was the one who, Coach Mario is another, shout out to Coach Mario too. Like, he was someone I was working out with, in New York. He brought me and 3 other guys down for a visit. The coach wanted to see us. So we went down there, they show us the campus, and we played for a little bit. And then they wanted me, after they see me play, they brought the paper out the office. They wanted me to sign right there.
Wow.
So I'm like, at that point, I think Mississippi Valley State didn't get back to me at that point. I'm just backtracking in.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to sign this shit
away
real quick, and then I heard something from the other school.
Right.
So I was like, nah, I can't sign right now. So it's when I went back to New York, and then I heard they didn't want me, and then emotion came into play.
Yeah.
And they start reaching out to me again, and that's when they travel up, and then end up signing to go to the school.
So for everybody that doesn't know, your school that you went to is Division 2.
Yeah, Division 2.
And the goal was a Division 1.
Yeah.
So that's why you didn't want to sign to the Division 2 and cancel your opportunity with possibly playing for a Division 1 school. So was that a disappointment, or, at the time? Because I know you probably have a different mindset now, but at the time, how did that feel?
Like at the time I was crushed though. Like I ain't gonna lie, cause like knowing that I can play on that level,
Exactly.
like knowing that I can go in a Division I school and like compete, kill,
Right.
you know, and do my thing, like that hurt a little bit, but at the same time, it wasn't anybody's fault.
True.
It's just knowing it comes down to knowing how the process works. What you need to get in there.
Right.
If I knew that from the start, probably I don't know, probably like the militia, Sports in Grenada probably would have like helped me out, you know, take it to another level, help me out a little bit to like get those credits done.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You know, it just came down to the credits, and it's just unfortunate that, you know, they didn't really have any other measures they could take to get me in there. It just happened like, and even to go to UDC. Like my credits had a part to play in like me not like almost not getting in there.
Really?
Yeah, because I had to. I had to take some classes for the summer. I had to take 3 classes for the summer, 9 credits.
Wow, which is tough, people. That's not easy to do. Like over the summer, you don't want to take a whole 3 classes. That's kind of difficult.
I had to take 3 classes in the summer just so I could. And I didn't. So you know, like you do 30 credits each school year.
Yes.
Because like I think it's like 120.
Yeah,
for you
to
graduate
graduate
with a bachelor's degree.
With a bachelor's degree. Yep.
So what they do, why JUCO people transfer? You do 2 years in JUCO, which is you got 60
You
credits,
got
and
60,
then you do the next 2 in a 4 year.
In a 4 year school.
So I think I probably was at 40 something.
Wow.
And then when I finished, I had to do those classes in the summer to just get me to like, I think I got to like 50, 57 or 58.
Right.
And they allowed me, I'm lying. I think like 56 or something. And then, you know, they accepted that.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So when I got down there, I just had to do 1 extra class than I probably would have, like I shouldn't have done. If I had like the 60 credits.
Right.
I probably would have just had to take like just the 15 credits. But I just had to do an extra class for the next 2 semesters.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense. So the basketball wise there, you know, was it easy? I know we talked about you being in a very difficult situation.
Very
like,
difficult.
You know, as you can see, K-Don, he's not that tall, and he had a situation during his school years that he literally had to play the power forward position.
Wow. How tall are you?
6'3".
6'3".
Wow. So that's like what? That's like a guard
That's guard.
Yeah, basically a guard.
That's guard. That's my position.
And you
guard.
playing a power forward.
They got me playing 4. Bro,
That's rough.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, bro,
and them dudes is probably benching like what 225.
Crazy. I was playing power forward at St. Francis. At that time, I'm benching like 325.
Damn. See that?
Can't even bench that. I can't even bench that.
You should imagine, I'm 6'7". You could imagine if I had to Kev guarding me. Oh, field day.
It's like
damn.
Barbecue chicken.
But you're quicker than them, so
Yeah,
on the offensive end, that works.
So listen, why coach put me in that position, right?
Yeah.
And I came down there my junior year, so they had, I don't know why. First of all, I don't even know why they recruited like that. They didn't recruit a lot of bigs. You know, we had a big guy, but like he wasn't all that. Like
people said that about Golden State. Then look,
hey, but then again though,
they were small.
That's true though.
True.
That's true. I know the Rockets was in a similar situation this year. But
that didn't work. But anyway,
yeah. But what happened though is like I didn't mind. We could have played small ball. Like even I was telling you that. I was like, you could have let us play the small ball and then rock it out throughout the season, make it work. But you know, you want to play. They want to do it, you know, the right way. We'll have make sure you have 2 bigs on the floor every time.
Right.
Yeah. So
traditional.
We had exactly. So we had at least like 4 or 5, like 5 guards on the team. Well, initially 6 if you included me. But at that time, I'm excluding myself because at that point they didn't really put me to play guard. I was playing like more like a 3-4. So yeah, we had like only 3 other big guys on the team. So yeah, somebody was like 6'8", one was 6'7", the other one was like 6'5", 6'6", and then me 6'3". And then, you know, coach was like, because I'm the most athletic guard and I was the tallest guard on the team, the biggest guard, he made me fill that position. And then, you know, I'm like, throughout the whole season, I was like, it was burning me though, but I can't really do anything about it. It's not like I could be like, yo, coach, take me out of the game because if I'm not playing my position, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that type of player.
Yeah.
It was eating me up inside, but at the same time, I'm not
Could
gonna
imagine.
be like.
I could imagine. That's.
And then I still end up leading the team in rebounds, though. Like.
So there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess the coach was right. He knew exactly what he was doing, man. So, so for that happened your junior year. So how was your senior year?
My senior year was a lot better though. It was like he could have been way more better than he turned out, but it was way better than my junior year because I actually got to play the 2 spot.
Okay.
2-3. I wasn't a point guard. I wish I had got to play point guard, but you know I didn't. I just like me growing up. I was never really placed at the point guard spot, but I just wanted to get myself into that rhythm though. Yeah. Even if it's sometimes to come up and call a play and set it up, but exactly right now I couldn't play the point.
Right.
You know,
situations will definitely, the situation that you're in can put you at different positions because you being athletic.
It's better than on the wing.
Listen, it's amazing on the wing, but it makes you're able to play so much different positions because you're athletic. You know what I mean? Like somebody's just a big guy, 7-footer right now could jump with you, and you can probably still get the rebound over him.
I probably will though.
I'm being honest. You know what I mean?
People, that's bounce.
I'm telling you, like that's how real it is.
Bro? That's my nickname.
That's
bounce.
His nickname. Bounce is crazy.
Bounce my nickname.
No, he's different, yo. That's different.
But yo, like what you were saying though is definitely true. With the whole hold on, I lost track a little bit. With the
Were you actually being able to jump over a 7-footer?
Yeah, me being able to jump over a 7-footer. So listen what happened. So there's actually situations where like it's I wouldn't say like I'll jump them though. I just get off the floor quicker. So like there's situations where like I'm like standing flat-footed on the ground, like close to the rim, and without running or anything, I'll jump and I'll reach up there with him or I'll get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I just feel like me being like in a guard position was way more comfortable. And what you're talking about, with the point guard situation, you have a point with that. Me playing off the ball is a great benefit for any team I play for.
Any team,
because it takes a lot of attention off of me if the opposing team don't know what I can do.
Exactly.
Because I got in situations where I played point guard and like I got so into the point guard role, like I will try to dime people and I would, you know what I'm saying?
Takes away from exactly who you are,
from who I am
as a player. So off the ball is a lot better because your game, attests to that. So I guess the coach had an idea.
I mean, he had an idea, but I don't think put me at the 4-1 though. Like the idea, he should have kept me at the 3, at the 2-3 at least. The 2-3. If we running if you running a 4-out 1-in set, and you got me at the 2, at least you're gonna have like me and one of the guard at the top, and then you would have the other 2 at the wing. You know what I'm saying? We did that sometimes when I was the 4. I was at the wing. We just had the center in the middle,
right?
Just running sides.
Which is what basketball is right now. We look in college, NBA. Most of the power forwards, even centers, is shooting NBA level 3. So it's almost like positionless basketball now. I feel like that's where the sport is going.
Exactly. So it's just like. The only thing we ran where I got a chance when I'm playing 4, where I got a chance to play on the perimeter, is when we running 41, which is 4-out 1-in.
4, right.
So like the 3 and the 4 on the wing, like deep corner, and then you have the 2 and the 1 on top of the key, on top of the 3-point line, and then you have the big. You pass it there. The big just rotate with the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then every other set, I was in the paint. So I was like on the elbow.
That's actually a tough visual. To imagine,
picture that, right?
Yeah, to imagine you like in the post, hand up, waiting for the ball. It's just tough for me to see that, But I mean, this is what makes you a special player, and this is what makes you the person you are. Because regardless of the situation you got yourself into, you made something out of it. You know what I mean? A lot of players would have folded a lot of under your situation, but you made something happen. So moving forward, you're done with college now. And how did you end up becoming a professional basketball player?
Even that had a storyline to itself. Like, I traveled. I did a lot of traveling after college, like back and forth from California Like it was mostly like California and New York, California and New York.
Right.
And then I went down to DC one time to try out with the Washington Wizards G League team. So when I went to LA, I was out there working out and with the same friend that that Damian Welch.
Right.
You know who he I connected with when I went out there the first time. Mm-hmm. So I was out there with him, and they had me, playing in different gyms. And me being out there, I got introduced to Meta World Peace, Ron Artest.
Ron Artest.
Yeah, man, he's a really dope dude, man. People talk about how he's mean and stuff when he play ball, fight, but in person he's really cool.
Listen, there's a lot of guys like that in the NBA that I've met Ron Artest. I've played with Ron Artest. And Ron Artest is literally a huge teddy bear, bro.
Yeah.
You would never expect him to be like the soft-spoken person.
Exactly.
that you would see. Like,
it's like Mike Tyson, too. Yeah,
exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was such an aggressive basketball player. But as an individual, he was completely different. He was
that championship breed,
That's different.
Nah, definitely, man, for real. And it was really cool, man, because they had me. I was working out. I was working out a lot, and I was playing a lot of basketball out in California.
Right.
And then there's a D1 university called CSUN. Mm-hmm. So let me tell you about CSUN now. I don't even think I mentioned that to you. So we had we had a run over there, right? Mm-hmm. So at the time, I jumped too fast. I ended up signing a contract with Meta World Peace Agency.
Right.
So my agent, my NBA agent, was a part of Meta World Peace Agency.
Right.
So I was on a contract with them. So my agent, she would take me and the other clients. Sometimes we go to Calabasas Stairs to work out. We even went to Mamba Academy.
Okay.
That day was like really nice, man. We were
you got a chance to go to Mamba Academy.
Yes, bro.
Wow. That's what's up.
Yeah, bro. It was real.
Wow.
I have pictures and stuff.
RP to
All right, so
Kobe
you see the Grenada flag cover page I have on my Facebook.
Yes.
So all the pictures that was in Mamba Academy. They added the pictures, yeah.
Wow.
That when I was working out, and then they had a photographer just like snapping pictures while we was
That's
working
dope,
out.
man.
Yeah, so while I was there, I was wishing Kobe, like I was hoping just Kobe would just walk in.
Yeah.
Just walk in anytime, right?
Yeah, and while we was in there, they had like one section that had like a barrier. They could pull down the thing to separate the courts.
Yes.
Yeah, so apparently they had Reggie Jackson and Kevin Knox was working out.
Okay.
While we was in there, but they separated because they don't want nobody disturbing them and stuff
Right,
like that.
right.
Yeah, so we never stuck around until they finished. So we ended up leaving. But that was a really dope experience. And so CSUN, which is a Division I in Cali, they so my agent, she's really cool with Nick Young, right? Mm-hmm. So they had a run. So let me tell you, Nick Young, Brandon Jennings, Dante Jones, Ryan Hollins. They had a dude that played for the Lakers and the Miami Heat. He's a strong dude.
Big guy.
A big guy. I can't remember his name. And they had other couple pro players, and they had some D1 players. And then I'm in there, and we about to hoop. I'm like, yo.
You starstruck?
Nah, I wasn't really nervous though.
Yeah.
But I think before we started, I took a picture of it, and I posted on Instagram my story.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but in the moment I was like, yo, let me just go kill.
Yeah.
So I went in there. So what's funny is that I went in there. I was on Nick Young's team. Me and Nick Young was on the same team, right? And
Swaggy P.
Yeah, but he can shoot, bro.
That's what he does.
So I'm gonna tell you what separates college from pro players, right? So I was playing the first game we was playing, and I was guarding Brandon Jennings. Mm-hmm. And every single time, like
he a baller too.
Brandon Jennings is a bucket, bro. Like I was guarding Jennings, right? And every time a screen come, from the minute time I set my foot below the screen, he pulling up bucket. He pull up threes.
Wow.
So every time I go below the screen, he was killing me.
But those guys, they literally train for that.
For that, exactly.
Like, just knowing a bunch of NBA players, if you give them dudes a half a step, shot is going up.
Yeah. It's over.
Like without even thinking about it.
It's
like
over.
That's it.
Yeah, bro. So he was killing me on the But the thing is though, like he was killing me on the screens, but I was dogging him on the other side though, because like he's a little bit smaller than me, so he really couldn't guard me either.
Right.
Like I was faster than him too though. So he had a play, the play that really had everybody like, oh. So he was guarding me like a little deeper out,
right?
Close to the corner, and like, I don't know, like it was a little pump fake. I don't even know why he even flinched for it. And I blew by. You know me going baseline. I'm in baseline, bro. I'm not banging, bro. And then the whole gym was like, oh, and shit like that. So,
yeah.
So when we
I know that felt good.
That felt amazing, bro.
Yeah.
With a gym full of NBA players, why not?
And then after that, it just the motor just started going.
Now you felt like you belong.
Yeah, and then they had like a kid from, I think he's a sophomore from that Division I school.
Right.
So he was there hooping with us too, and I think they ended up switching, so he was guarding me, and then me and him was going back and forth, bro. He was coming down, hitting me, whatever, and he making a shot, and I come down, put up three, I hit, knocking it down, and then what really made me feel recognized by Nick Young and them. Like there was a possession, I come back down and I passed the ball for Nick Young, and then he gave me, he was like, nah, go at him. Ooh. He was like, yo, you hot, go at him. Ooh. So he gave me back, bro.
That's like the ultimate respect for a baller.
An NBA player.
Yeah.
For you, not even playing a professional game yet in your career. And an NBA, a certified NBA player at that.
Certified champion.
You know what I mean?
Champion.
Gave you the ball and say, no, you go.
Yo, he said go. He said go at him, bro. Because me and him was going back and forth.
Right.
That's a fact.
Me and him was going back and forth for the last like 2-3 like 3-4 possessions. So he gave me back, and I was like I didn't even do nothing crazy. I just went through the legs and I pull up and I knock it down, and then the dude was like, he didn't even hit me with nothing. But I'm like, yo, and everybody was like, yeah, but you can't stop him from scoring. So yeah, we was going back and forth. So we ended up winning the game though.
That had to have been fun. So from that situation, right? Mm-hmm. How did you feel personally? Like, did it wipe out your whole college career and said, I'm moving forward into being a professional?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And confidently.
No, definitely. And to top it off, I think 2-3 days after, my agent Nick Young asked my agent if me and the other guy is coming back. Like he asked him, he was like, "Yo, we about to have a run again. Your two guys coming?" Oh, I was ready to go, but we couldn't because we was playing with Metal World PC in the Drew League as well.
Right.
Yeah, and we had a game.
So you played in the Drew League too?
Yeah, I played in the Drew League too.
How was that?
Yeah, I'll get to that too. But like the experience, yo, like it was amazing, man. And to get the recognition by Nick Young, who would think like I'm coming from Grenada, I would be around NBA players hooping with him. Facts. So I took some pictures. Ryan Hollins and Jennings already dipped out the gym, so I ended up taking pictures with Dante Jones and Nick Young, when we was hooping. So like, but it was an amazing feeling, man, and like
it's inspirational too.
That's
a lot
huge,
of people
man.
in the islands, you know
like
what I mean?
We literally coming from the beginning of the story, not being able to find a junior college to take a chance on you,
right?
To playing ball with Nick Young.
And you got the ballers that's balling night in, night out.
Yeah, night out, go ahead.
Do your thing.
I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna watch you. You doing your thing. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
That's huge, man.
So like, yeah, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just getting just that little recognition can make me feel like, yo, like,
had to.
Like, he played in D1. I was just cooking him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just stopped focusing on D1, and what I really, I feel proud of myself of is like, taking off the weight of my shoulder of everyone's expectations. I have a lot of people in Grenada who be like, yo, bro, you should be in the NBA, bro. You're not in the NBA yet. Like people, they don't know the process, and they don't know what it takes to get the politics. Exactly, that's the word.
And that was a big motivation for me personally. Going Grenada in the summers, people telling me like, yo, you got the opportunity, you can't mess up.
Yeah, but they don't understand.
But they don't understand exactly what it takes to get this done.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just being in America doesn't award you being in the NBA. Like, oh, why you don't go play for the NBA? I be looking at people like, huh?
I can just walk in.
I can just walk in. Like Steph Curry, can I play?
Like, yo, I could dunk. Pick me up. It
doesn't work like that. It definitely doesn't work like that. So being a professional, just give people, because we're running out of time a little bit, but give people an outline.
That's good talks right here, though.
That's a fact.
Real inspirational, motivational.
So give people an outline of exactly how this works in terms of being a professional, because you are one now.
Yeah.
You played a couple professional games, and just tell people what the overview of how this actually works. How do you get to that level?
All right, just run through it quick. It's just the top thing on that is consistency. To be honest with you, you know, when it comes to like pursuing your goal, whether it's basketball or any other sport, you got to be consistent if you want to get there. You know what I'm saying? And that means like being in the gym as many times as you could. Even if you don't have access to a gym, find some way, you know, you can like, you know, you can at least get it in.
Exactly.
Even if you don't even if you don't get a chance to work on your basketball skill or something, at least do some push-up, do some sit-ups, stretch. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, like, you know, if it's raining right now, I'll probably just pull out the yoga mat and I'll just sit down and stretch or something like that. Just to get
I'm a butt in right there. I'm going to tell everybody something. Kev is a different breed. Kev would literally go to the basketball court and say, oh, it's raining? All right, I'm going to just shoot.
Yo, I did that on so many occasions. In
I know.
Bro.
You forgot we was going to work out. And like, so, yo, Kev, it's raining. Like, I'm going to just go get some shots up. I'm like, Kev. Like, that's how dedicated, though. That I think that attests to your whole entire story of how persistence and consistency meets each other. And that drive just takes you to a whole nother level, man. That's different. Different.
Man. So I would definitely say consistency, man. And then when you actually get there, you can't just stop working.
Right.
You know, just because you're there. Because there's other people coming up who are trying to take your spot. So you want to stay in a professional basketball world as long as possible.
Right,
you gotta work on it. You gotta work on your game and everything. You know, so for me right now, I'm juggling a lot of things right now. Some things I really talk much about, but
right.
I got a combine coming up in Chicago on October 30th to November 2nd.
Right.
So I gotta fly out to Chicago on the 29th of this month.
Okay.
And you know, my agent do a very, very good job with Perry Bowler.
Good dude. Shout out to Perry, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Team Up Sports Consulting.
For sure.
They really take really good care of me.
Right.
So and I've known Perry for over a year now.
Right.
You know, last July 2019, that when he reached out to me on Facebook, and then we started going back and forth talking and getting to know each other from there. So there are going to be at least like 17 coaches from Mexico and Canada.
Nice.
They're going to be the coaches from, I think, the Milwaukee Bucks G League team and the Indiana Pacers G League team going to be there at the end of the month. So there's only going to be 25 player in the combine.
Nice.
So like for me to go there and not like kill, like
you gotta make it happen.
It would be crazy.
You gotta make it happen, man.
So like I'm at this point, like if anybody, like I'm going at anybody.
Everything is food. Everything.
So, like I haven't had much time to like work out because the gyms are still closed down, and I try to work out like in the parks,
right?
But I'm like, I don't want to mess up my knees because I did get some pain last week, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it no more.
Yeah, that's concrete not healthy.
So I haven't been running, and I haven't been doing basketball workout as much. Although I still do my dribbling stuff, but I do stationary.
Right.
Yeah, but in terms of like me just staying prepared, I try to stretch as much as I can every day and stuff like that. So,
definitely.
So
we want to wish you luck with that, man. I really hope something amazing comes out of that because that's gonna be huge.
Yes,
you know what
sir.
I mean? And I just want to touch, I want 2 minutes. I want you to touch on this experience playing under Coach Naka for the national team. Yeah, because I think
we might have to bring Kevin back up here for another.
Yes, man, because we ain't touch all the spots. But that national team situation, I was in Grenada at the time, and I seen a lot of the games, and you guys played well.
Yeah,
a lot of young guys, and so tell me what you feel, how you felt about just being able to play for Grenada's national team on a national level.
First of all, like it was great. It was an amazing feeling because I've represented Grenada before, but I was never on the senior team,
senior national.
I always represented Grenada on the Windward Island secondary team, secondary school team, which is like 20 and under or under 20.
Right.
So being able to go back to represent the senior national team, it was great. We ended up going to Suriname. The coaching, like I wouldn't say. like we could have done way better than we did. I felt like some players didn't get to play. Who this is just me speaking like for me personally.
Right.
I think we had players on the team that could have like taken us above the potential that we was playing at.
Right.
You know. So, but overall the experience was great, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't really say anything like
bad about the situation. I just want to touch on Coach Naka because he's been doing this for a long time, and he did. You got to give him his credit in terms of being able to coach for so long. And he's still
not for real
trying.
Though. And he's the one that he came out with what's the book name?
His book.
You got the whole history of basketball.
I think the Pride. It's two of them actually, but one of them is like the Pride of Guava or Pride of something. But yeah. Yeah, you could fact check that, but definitely, like he definitely has 2 books. Definitely, man, yeah. So Coach Naka is definitely a legend in Grenada coaching world and basketball history in Grenada. So shout outs to him for sure.
Yeah, it's just like for like my personal experience, it's just the coaching style is really, really different.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really different.
Yeah.
You know,
because he's been doing it for so long, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a different era now.
Yeah.
So everything that he's trying to portray, you might not understand it, or the team just might not understand it. You know what I mean? So I get that.
Even something basic as a warm-up routine.
Yeah.
I'm so used to like we warming up as layup drills. We wasn't really doing layup drills. We was doing like cut, shoot, run to get your rebound.
Yeah. Different time zones, but it's definitely amazing just to have you play for Grenada, man, and being able to see that and see you guys, pencil. Oh man, it was fun for me watching it for sure.
Yeah, man, it was great.
Great. So first of all, I just want to thank you personally for being here with us on the opening of the Sports Report. This was amazing interview. We didn't even touch on a lot of things, but we're gonna definitely invite you back for another episode. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. K-Don is going to take us out with some vibes.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And definitely it was an amazing show. I want to thank all the viewers, all the listeners. Thank you. This was completely amazing. Kevin Cox once again. Thank you so much, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right.
You know, sister, we are create waves like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, better than your son, loud explosion, and we make the commotion, yeah. They even dance with them, watch we have emotion, deep and we slow down, yeah. We do it first, got them soft like lotion, and waves like the ocean, yeah. When I never see a phone sound, strong. Never the time for rely on people to make my move, and never saw me grow up. And I know say me hype, I know you're probably right, but if you not have no pride, I guess anything goes. Me I live my life telling me I'm on. I used to be that little kid, now I am the grown up. Think my life did so rough. Did that talent, but never have no luck, so rough. Before I get laid off, now no up. Did I for turn a man from best, I know my life's sweet like a donut. You know,
shout out to all the viewers once again. Thanks for rocking with us.
Yeah, in a castle I'm eating apples. I look out on the sea, I show me youth, them how would we create waves like the ocean, yeah. When you're there, better than your son, loud explosion, and we make the commotion, yeah. They even dance with them, watch we have emotion, deep and we slow down, yeah. We do it first, got them soft like lotion, and waves like the ocean.
Big up Lisa and the crew.
Seriously. Some boy on a life. Oh, you have some girl in the style for your wife for your yard. Them think them in a life. Lucky she not stab with and some boy, them ways girl road. Half them a chase her around. Hold you up some toe, then I walk up with it in a crowd. Hey, no girl me can't stand no drama. Me make me girl for the corner. Every mistress know them policy. After 9 o'clock she can't call me. After me no hear that, yeah. After me no hear that, yeah. She better know say after certain time don't contact me, yeah.
Can't ball in a life, man. course. Yeah, blessings we are reaping.
Shout out to Damo and Kaden. Big up yourself.
We no rise and boast. Yeah, we give thanks like we need it the most. We have to give thanks like we really supposed to be thankful. Blessings all for my life and my thank God for the journey, the earnings, not just for the plus.
Big up the cuz, Big 40.
Yeah, me see blessings fall by my right hand. But I toast for the friends that take off every load. One time did sit down in a class and we bored then only set the road and we go on the road. Coffee come in like a rapture and everybody get captured. Play sleep up like helicopter when them see the lyrics contractor. Coffee come in like a rapture.
Shout out to the Mixcloud family, people.
Play sleep up like helicopter when them see the lyrical doctor. Coffee acting up the temperature for them see. Me know the man fi but friend me fi enemy. Yo, I first me see people there around me so plenty, but me pocket na empty. Me need space so Lord, yeah me see them a watch me to a clock now. Must see to me everything for lockdown. Sitting in a the bed, ni picking in a the century. A drench me but fi me fire go blaze and I same way so me see the enemy a protest. Whoa, and him could come the closest. No, I coffee still I do the mostest. I want me to put in the work and trust the process. Oh, yes, that's how we grind right now. Coffee with the prime time flow. Time for we accumulate the kinds I know. Me say, give me the signs like, whoa, coffee come in like a rapture, and everybody get captured. Play sleep up like helicopter when them see the lyrics contractor. Coffee come in like a rapture, and everybody get captured. Play sleep up like helicopter when them see the lyrics contractor.
Last night, one piece of something go at the yard and the front door. I remember was something need to something. She listen some tune and a bubble. Last night, glad that something happened. Me drink a Magnum sweet like a band. I remember was something need to something. This is how everything happened. Y'all sit down on the bike, vroom vroom. Take your time, ride it smooth. Body firm like tree root, so we not shake nor move. Sit down on the bike, vroom vroom. Take your time, ride it smooth. Body frame like tree root, so it not shake nor move. Last, big up every real bad charge. Big up every real bad charge. Me see, oh, them are dirty. Me I tell you say them are dirty. For real, them are dirty. Them the one with it to pass 30. Me no carry feelings. Me carry me. Me carry me. Me no carry feelings. Me carry me. Me carry me. Oh, them if you know so them not gonna ever get the chance to set me up like Mandela. Envious people and crabbing a barrel them like umbrella. Real killing no sell out, we no sell her. Watching for my mouth, them a tell her. That's why me par with some real thugs like Stolly and Joshy and Shella. Some boy, them are dirty. Me I tell you, say them
yes, people.
For real.
Like I say, each and every Tuesday, it's all about that sport report.
But me no carry feelings.
From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., alright?
Me carry me.
Yours truly, K-Don and Nigel BYAM.
Me carry me. Me carry me. Well, them fi know say me are the greatest. Every day me dress up in the latest.
Each and every Tuesday.
Can't you kill me, Allah? Me try to make the safest. That's why me, them girl in the latex. Late in the night she send me latex. Said the boy, bad mind the God in the earth. Call me double plate dearer than them paychecks. Me say, them are dirty. Me I tell you say them are dirty. For real, them are dirty. Them the one with it to pass 30. But me no carry feelings. Me carry me. Me carry me. Me no carry feelings. Me carry me. Me carry me. Alright. Me no have no fake blood. Me no know for sure fake love. Chat down my back when you see me die. Don't change up. Alright. If you never talk to me last year, this year when you see me, keep the same energy. And if you never support the thing, don't clap when the wind down. Keep the same energy. You say me are the biggest seed that out the road, now you want heal. Keep the same energy. Don't leave that out of your memory. Just keep the same energy. Baby girl. Oh, girl, you a queen, Fendi for your body. Queen Louis V for your body. Gucci for your body. Baby girl, make me show you the high life. Introduce you to star life. You a roll with a real G. So welcome to paradise, man. Me nah leave you lonely. Keep your by my side. Now make you walk in a Sunday bit. Big fat Benz ya drive. You Calabar Beach, Nigeria, Jamaica standard. Life will make you live. Baby, a straight high standard. You don't reach, girl. Wine for the money now. You don't reach, girl. Wine for the money now. Don't reach, girl. Wine for the money now. You don't reach, girl. Wine for the money now. Nick, need ya, need ya, need you. I need ya, baby, I need ya, need you.
Yes, sir. Claims the card. Bricks. Brick pam brick. Brick pam brick pam brick.
Once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Brick pam brick. When me I use my chopper phone, no chatting a lot.
Each and every Tuesday, we'll be here from 6 to 8.
Bang a phone, couple other phone. The thing can't too loud. But I'm a clock boot fast and move out. On a school bus, the young I move like when you. Yeah, my gun, which part of the union? Look more at the studio. I grade from a gun where the moon go. Them no say the East crime if it's true enough. Me represent East Side, ooh yeah.
U.S. Federal Trade Commission says.
Big up the Mixcloud family.
Unsuspecting people in the U.S. claiming they've won millions, but of course then asking them to send a fee to release the.
Big up the Facebook family.
Brick pam, brick pam.
Once again, people, we'll be back here each and every Tuesday from 6 to 8.
Brick.
More vibes next week.
Brick pam, brick pam, brick. Brick pam, brick. Brick pam, brick pam, brick. When me I use my chopper phone, no chatting a lot. I ramp with my mother phone, one bag of account.
Big up the Brand NB family, let's go.
Phone, you see, GG Johnston, long a ton, no man have one phone, and a ton by return, crossroad, bang a phone, couple other phone. Me just get two new gal, MoneyGram, picture and mutual, and I'm a kid truck, make your food come.
There's a twist. Amid crackdowns by U.S. and Jamaican law enforcement, Jamaicans are successfully recruiting their original victims to facilitate even more.
Bricks, dealing big. Which bank me for use now? No far distance, car for me town. Me get the transect brick like bricks. Brick pam brick. Brick pam brick pam brick. Brick pam brick. Brick pam brick pam brick. When me I use my chopper phone, no chatting a lot. I ramp with my mother food, Spanish town, foreign account, bang a phone, couple other phone. The thing can't too loud, but I'm a clock boot fast and move out. On a school bus, the young I move like when you. Yeah, my gun, which part of the union? Look more at the studio. I grade from a gun where the moon go. Them no say the East crime if it's true enough. I represent East Side, bricks.
Commission says Jamaicans are still calling unsuspecting people in the U.S. claiming they've won millions, but of course then asking them to send a fee to release the winnings.
Brick pam brick. Brick pam brick pam brick. 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 When me I use my chopper phone, no chatting a lot. I ramp with my mother phone, one bag of account, foreign account, bang a phone, couple other phone. You see, GG Johnston, long a ton, no man have one phone, and a ton by return, crossroad, bang a phone, couple other phone. Me just get two new gal, MoneyGram, picture and mutual, and I'm a kid truck, make your food come.
There's a twist. Amid crackdowns by U.S. and Jamaican law enforcement, Jamaicans are successfully recruiting their original victims